Mr. Fantastic asks Doctor Strange and Wolverine to help save Earth as a Fantastic Four. One of the things we ended up wondering after Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, whether or not the Illuminati appeared, who had that very big fan service. But at the same time they took a real beating for Wanda. And then in that moment we realized that things in the Marvel multiverse were falling into place after the MCU and Disney became one. With that, the junction of the universe of Avengers, X-Men and Fantastic Four will occur, and with all the events of Doctor Strange we can already imagine how the multiverse will find themselves in the midst of all this. But still things got very complicated throughout the whole story. Perhaps one of the biggest points that would be brought before this is the connection that exists in every part of this universe. Now bringing to the point of the Fantastic Four that has as one of the most powerful villains as Galactus, the Devourer of Worlds, that fights several battles with the Silver Surfer, makes us start to reflect. Together with everything that has been happening within the story, we can already imagine a great connection with this entire universe. Tell me, my partner, all the best? So it's enough calling that I liked it. Subscribe here on the channel so you don't miss any videos, and stay tuned to our entire Marvel Cinematic Universe. No winding. Let's get right to the point. Doctor Strange, after having opened the portal to the Multiverse of Madness and having read all the secret spells in the Darkhold book, made us think very sharply about what could happen in the course of this story, especially towards the end of the movie. At that moment we had seen the connection that had already been all fitted to Wanda's WandaVision series. We saw all of Wanda's lack of control, and it was not very clear if she had died or not. Most likely not. And she had wrought a great catastrophe in that multiverse. So we were left with a lot of questioning about everything that would be developed in that part. Doctor Strange was the only one who could fight all that. But we had a little connection, and already with the Fantastic Four itself, showing Reed Richards who would be Mr. Fantastic. That scientist who has a high knowledge about everything and knows how to protect the Earth. But still, in various spells and various issues that happen, science always fights magic, and at this moment, because of the fact that Doctor Strange has to control the time and be able to do whatever he wants, he would know what his goals would be to be able to save the Earth. At this point, Doctor Strange, already meeting Mr. Fantastic, would help him fight Galactus himself. That in the comics he has more powers than Thanos himself. And at that moment we already realized that among several beings that have great abilities, but it has a unique and gigantic power outage that could stay in space and, in fact, fight everyone, because of his stamina and mortality having the sanity of a mortal, would be Wolverine himself, who has had appearances mainly in Marvel comic books, acting alongside Doctor Strange and Mr. Fantastic. This makes perfect sense that we have the first appearance of the Wolverine being brought in by Doctor Strange via a postcard from the multiverse to aid the Fantastic Four. We can't forget that Galactus is bigger than celestial bodies and feels an insatiable hunger, which only ends when he consumes the energy of entire planets, and has already defeated Thanos a few times in the comics, even with the Mad Titan in possession of the Infinity Gauntlet. This already shows us that the issue of the Multiverse of Madness is more than being emphasized in the Fantastic Four, and any help will be welcome to end this threat. And then, my partner, what do you imagine? What do you believe about all this? Regardless of what it is, it's more than important that you already expose it here in your comment for us to get into that crazy debate. Call that I liked. Subscribe here on the channel so you don't miss any videos, and that's about it. We'll see you in the next video. Forgets.